Okay, let's talk about this. We've all gotten those weird texts or sketchy phone calls, right? But have you ever really stopped and wondered what's going on inside the scammer's head? Today, we're cracking open their playbook. We're going to see exactly how they work and, most importantly, how you can shut them down for good.
Let's just start with a number that'll kind of blow your mind. $100 million. That's how much Canadians lose every single year to fraud and scams. This isn't just some small-time operation. It is a massive, incredibly well-organized industry.
So, the big question is, how? How do they actually convince so many people to just hand over their money? And let's be clear, it's not about people being gullible. It's about the scammers being absolute masters of manipulation. And today, we're going to pull back the curtain on their secrets.
To really get it, let's think of it like a high-stakes game. A game where these scammers have this perfectly polished strategy, and the prize, well, it's your money. But the good news is, once you learn the rules and you know their plays, you can absolutely win.
The first thing you've got to understand is these people are not amateurs. They're professionals, and they target everyone. It doesn't matter how old you are or what your background is. They can build these fake websites that look so impressive, and they can send emails that look identical to the ones from your bank. They are experts at faking it.
So, how does it all start? What's their opening move? While scams come in all shapes and sizes, most of them are really built on the exact same foundation, a core set of psychological triggers they use to get you on the hook.
Okay, this slide is basically their secret recipe. Almost every time, it kicks off with uninvited contact. Then, boom, they create this fake sense of urgency, telling you you have to act now. Next, they dangle this huge reward, something that just seems a little too good to be true. And here it is, the classic giveaway. You have to pay them first to get your prize, all while they're playing it cool, saying, oh, don't worry, this is just a routine fee. Recognizing these 5 ingredients is your first and best line of defense.
But, not all scams are about speed. Some of the most heartbreaking ones are the ones that play the long game. They don't rush you. Instead, they patiently, piece by piece, build an entire false reality around you, all designed to earn your trust before they even think about asking for money.
This is such a classic line for a romance scam, and honestly, it's psychologically brilliant. It's designed to create this instant fake connection. It makes you search your own memory for something that just isn't there. And from that one little seed of doubt, they build a whole person, a backstory, fake photos, a life story, all just to make you believe you're talking to someone real.
And then, after weeks, maybe even months of building that connection, the story shifts. The request for money finally appears, but it's wrapped up in this powerful emotional story. A sick parent, a business deal gone wrong, you name it. They're not just asking for cash, they're cashing in on all the trust and emotion they've so carefully built up.
So, what you really need to know are the red flags. If this new online flame of yours is always in another country, always has a perfect excuse not to meet in person, and the conversation suddenly turns to needing cash for an emergency, you've got to be incredibly careful.
This whole long game strategy has evolved into something particularly awful called pig butchering. Yep, the name is grim, but it's chillingly accurate. The scammer's goal is to fatten the pig, that's you, by building trust and getting you to make small investments that look like they're making a profit. Then comes the slaughter, where they convince you to put in a huge sum of money, and then they, and your money, vanish.
And this just lays it out perfectly. There are 2 phases. First, there's the trust building. They might even let you withdraw a tiny profit from their fake website just to prove it's legit. But once they've got you, that's when the trap springs. They'll pressure you for bigger and bigger investments, and when you finally try to cash out for real, it's all gone.
All right, let's switch gears completely. Some scammers don't bother with trust at all. Their strategy is the total opposite. They create instant fear and panic, and they fake a sense of authority to make you act before you can even think. This is what we call the high-pressure trap. They skip all the charm and go straight for intimidation. And the most common way they do this is by pretending to be from an official agency, like the police, or the really famous one, the Canada Revenue Agency.
Just listen to the words they use here. This is from an actual CRA scam script. Criminal case, tax evasion, legal consequences. It is pure psychological warfare. It's designed to make you panic and just react, without giving you a single second to stop and think about who is actually on the other end of the line.
And this tactic isn't just for phone calls. That exact same fake urgency is what powers phishing scams.
You get that email saying your account has been hacked or a payment didn't go through, and you have to click a link right now to fix it.
So, how do you spot them? It's actually pretty easy. Is the greeting just "Dear Customer" instead of your name? Are there weird typos? Is it asking for your SIN or banking info? And here's the dead giveaway. Is it threatening you, saying you'll lose your account if you don't act immediately? Real companies just do not talk to their customers like that.
All right, we have torn apart their playbook, from the slow burn of manipulation to the sudden shock of intimidation. Now, it's time to build yours. Let's talk about your defense. Because really, that's what this is all about. The absolute best way to beat a playbook is to have one of your own. These are your counter moves, and trust me, they're simple, but they are incredibly powerful.
Here they are. Number 1, you have every right to just say no and hang up the phone. 2, slow everything down. A real company will never pressure you to make a decision on the spot. 3, talk to someone you trust. Just saying the situation out loud to a friend can make you realize how sketchy it sounds. 4, do your own research. Find the company's official number on their website and call them directly. And finally, the golden rule. Never ever give out your personal info because someone called or emailed you out of the blue.
And please remember this. This is so important. If the person who contacted you is legit, they won't mind one bit if you take these steps. They'll get it. A scammer, though, they'll get angry. They'll try to rush you. That pushback is your final proof that something's wrong.
Okay, but what if you think you might have already been scammed? The most important thing is to act fast. Cut off all contact with them immediately. Call your bank, secure your accounts, and please report it. Report what happened to the Canadian Anti-Fraud Center and to your local police. When you report it, you help the authorities track these guys down, and you stop it from happening to someone else.
Here's the thing. Scammers are always changing their game, always updating their scripts and their tech. We've opened up their playbook for today, but they are already working on the next chapter. So the real defense isn't just knowing today's scams. It's staying aware, staying a little bit skeptical, and always being ready for their next move. Stay safe.